Hi and welcome to Whiskey Shared. You're watching day 24 of my mystery whiskey advent calendar. I'm Toby and you're watching Whiskey Shared. Welcome to day 24, the final day of my mystery whiskey advent or dramvent calendar. In this series I've been blind tasting one whiskey a day in the lead up to Christmas, and as it's Christmas Eve, today is the last sample. The 24 samples have been picked randomly from 110 samples that I have in my collection, and these whiskies have been sent to me by people in the whiskey community. I'll nose it, I'll taste it, I'll tell you if I like it, and I'll have a stab at what I think is in the glass. Shall we find out what I'm drinking? On to the whiskey. If you want to play along with me, then just keep watching and you'll find out what's in my glass when I do. Otherwise, take a look in the description now for a sneak peek. Let's start with the nose. Okay, so this is very fruity. Instantly reminds me of one of the seasonal whiskies from McMurdo. It's very reminiscent of one of their Swedish whiskies. I'm getting orchard fruit, so I'm getting some red berries. Yeah, lots of apple, lots of strawberry. I think there's some charred oak there. Struggling to find anything else. Yeah, it really is that fruitiness. Maybe shortbread biscuits now. But that fruitiness is really masking anything else. Let's try it on the palate. I think there's some sort of wine finish, and that's obviously potentially worth picking up those sort of interesting fruits. There's a real strong malty cereal taste. You're getting the malted barley coming through really quite well on this. I'd also say it's a decent ABV. I'd say it's at least 46%, but there's quite a bit of dry wood on the finish. It's yeah, it's quite tasty. So let's have another sip and see what develops. This sort of flavour profile reminds me of something. What that something is yeah, I can't put it together. That malty, fruity, slightly tannic combination that sort of overwhelms the palate but lingers for quite a bit of time. This has got quite a long finish. It's very familiar. I can definitely say I've had whiskies that taste like this before, but yeah, I'm not certain what it is. I've probably said this far too many times, but it reminds me of either a Swedish whiskey from McMurdo or it reminds me of a Scotch whiskey. I think there's some sort of wine influence, so it tastes more like a fruity wine than it does taste like a sherry or, you know, the sorts of common wine finishes that Scotch uses. So I'd be more inclined to think it's a Swedish whiskey. But I'm not certain. I'm not certain at all. There's a little bit of cigarette ash in the finish. That's probably from the charred oak. And yeah, a little bit of heat. So I think there is probably a decent ABV, but I'm gonna have one last sip. Let's see if I can get anything else. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with McMurdo. I might be totally wrong, but that's what I think it reminds me of more than anything. and I think it's at least 46% ABV, and I think there's some sort of wine finish. Obviously, if it is a Macmillan, it'll have some funky wine finish or something that isn't very common. So, should we find out what's in my glass? Okay, so I wasn't expecting that at all. Wolfburn Aurora at 46% ABV. So, okay, I think I was right with the ABV. I said 46. I did originally hint at a Scotch, but it is a Scotch. It isn't a Swedish whiskey. It's a Highland whiskey, and it's the furthest north distillery in Scotland on the mainland. I don't know what's in the Aurora. I don't know what finish it is, but I'm assuming there's a wine finish. And yeah, it's a tasty, fruity whiskey. I wouldn't immediately say it's amazing, but it is a very drinkable, very nice whiskey. I can't remember how much this costs. It's a sample. It's a sample that somebody sent me, and yeah, I think it's probably the sort of whiskey that takes time to open up, and you need to take your time to enjoy it. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And hopefully, if you don't already subscribe, you'll do that soon if you like what you see. And I'll see you in the next video. Stauncher. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, why not give it a like or a comment? And please consider subscribing for more videos like this.